There's a moment where everything just stops. Not peaceful, not chosen. You're in your car, parked outside somewhere you need to be, and you cannot move. You can't reply to the messages. You can't make the call. You can't even explain what's wrong because the words are gone. The wanting is gone. You're just here, present but absent. And then comes the voice. What is wrong with you? Here's what's actually happening. That shutdown is not weakness. It is not failure. It is your nervous system doing something it was built to do, protecting you from a load it has decided it can no longer carry. A researcher named Stephen Porges spent decades studying the nervous system and developed what is now called polyvagal theory. Porges found that your nervous system has three distinct states: the ventral vagal state, safe, connected, regulated; the sympathetic state, fight or flight; and the dorsal vagal state, the oldest and deepest, where the body goes quiet, pulls inward, and shuts down non-essential functions to conserve what is left. That third state is where you go when you shut down. Your nervous system assessed the load, the sensory input, the emotional weight, the effort of translating yourself for a world not built for your brain, and made a decision. Not a choice. A decision made far below conscious thought. The only option left: stop. A psychologist named Devon Price, who has researched autistic and neurodivergent experience for years, describes autistic burnout as the accumulated cost of masking, overloading, and constantly translating yourself for a world that doesn't meet you halfway. The shutdown isn't separate from neurodivergent experience. It is part of it, the cost coming due. And research from neuropsychologist Russell Barkley on emotional regulation in ADHD shows that neurodivergent nervous systems activate faster, climb higher, and take longer to return to baseline. Not because of weakness, because of how the system is wired. You are processing more, always. Here is what almost never gets said. The shutdown is not the problem. The problem is what you've been placed in. Environments designed for a different kind of nervous system. Offices that assault the senses. Schedules with no margin. A world that treats your need to stop as a character flaw, rather than a physiological response to an impossible load. None of that was built for your brain. The shutdown was never evidence of your limitations. It was evidence of that gap. So what do? Start by stopping the punishment. When the shutdown happens, the internal voice cataloging everything you should be doing adds more threat to a system already at its limit. That makes it worse. Porges' research points toward something simpler: signal safety. A slow exhale, longer than the inhale, stimulates the vagus nerve and gently guides the nervous system back. Warmth, a familiar sound, gentle movement, not forcing your way out, telling your body, the threat has passed. It is safe to come back. You were in that car, on that floor, in that silence where the words used to be, and you thought, what is wrong with me? But your nervous system was doing its job, protecting you from a load you were never meant to carry alone, in a world that was never designed for how you work. That is not weakness. That is a nervous system that has been carrying an enormous amount for a very long time without the language or the understanding it needed. You were not failing. You were surviving. If this is landing for you, there is a community of people who know exactly what that silence feels like. The link is below. Did any part of this feel like someone describing your life? Tell me which moment landed most.